sure we give thee thanks for all thy gracious benefits. We humbly ask for thy blessing to our royal family. We also ask that you bless and protect the members of our security forces as they combat our enemies, both foreign and domestic.
Worthy Master and brethren, can I first of all say thank you very much for the opportunity to come and speak to you. It's a great pleasure.
The Grand Master visits the Carsons to discuss a momentous change. Current regulations exclude Orangemen from the Catholic Mass on pain of expulsion from the order. But in Scotland, where intermarriage is common, this often requires Orangemen to refuse to attend the funeral of a relative. Can the reforming Grand Master persuade the grassroots that this regulation is out of date?
The thing that order as a body has a horror of is the Mass. The Roman Catholic Church views the nature of the Mass as that the priest, by some hocus pocus, is able to turn the wafer into the actual body and blood of Christ. That is something that at the Reformation we moved away from and said that this was unbelievable.
What you're saying is the Roman Catholic priest can actually turn wine into blood and wafers into flesh?
Yes.
And are these then offered to the congregation? Yes. And they actually eat them?
Yes.
Now forgive me if I'm wrong here, but does that not warrant cannibalism or a form of it?
Well, okay.
I mean, how can anybody go and preach this? Must understand that they can't be done.
At the end of the day, as an organisation, we recognise other people's right to have a different opinion and a different religious persuasion. But there is no question about it. It's difficult for us as Reformed Christians to look at the Mass and see it as anything other than a strange, cannibalistic type of performance. The word cannibalism is actually a term that some of the Reformers used to describe the Mass. They were really down on it.
Why should we change Most Worthy Grand Master? We've been going around for 300 years. We've got members coming in, as you can see, sitting here tonight. Why should we change to suit the politically correct brigade?
Okay. The first thing is I'm not advocating change. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I have got no issues with the Orange Order's Protestant credentials. But however, it has to concern any organisation, how it's viewed in the public sphere. It would be interesting to take a straw poll just to get a rough idea of how you, as a lodge, feel on this issue. What will I put to you first? I'll put status quo first. Status quo. If you feel that we shouldn't change our views, 18. If you feel that the order should take a more relaxed view, apart from me, do I get to vote? No. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You've split more or less 2/3, 1/3. So about a third of you feel that the order should take a more relaxed view. God save our gracious Queen.
For the moment, there's only so far that these ordinary Orangemen are willing to go. But the Grand Master remains upbeat.
Any organisation is always happier with the status quo than with change. And change can be a long time coming. But I was actually agreeably surprised that a third of the brethren in the hall tonight would have been happy to see that the lodge relax its rules a little. I think that's pretty good. I'm very, very happy with that.
Accept, O Lord, every step we take this day, every drum beat sounded and every note played as an offering of praise to thy holy name in this land of our Protestant hope and your coming glory.
It's March the 24th, the day of the Union Parade. Early plans projected an attendance of 5,000. But on the day, 12,000 loyal Orange men and women answer the Grand Master's call.
It was here, sisters and brethren, 300 years ago that a union was brokered that was controversial at the time and has been controversial ever since. If the opinion polls are to be believed, then Alex Salmond of the SNP has every justification for his smug smile. The union is not for sale. feel immensely proud. I'm very satisfied too, because it seems a great pity to me that's been left to my little organisation to celebrate what has been such a blessing for our country, which is the Treaty of Union.
We're British. Somebody's got to stand up and accept that, especially in our Scottish Parliament. There's so many ones that are divided this, divided that. Everybody can see. There's more people in the street here than any other party in the world. We could dominate it. We could dominate Scottish politics. So easy.
It's been a great day. We've had a tremendous turnout that surpassed all our expectations. This parade and this demonstration has been a masterstroke.
It's a masterstroke, but a masterstroke that the Scottish media chooses to ignore. Back in Glasgow, the Grand Master licks his wounds in the company of his most worthy predecessors.
Had there been trouble, had there been arrests, no doubt we would have made the headlines. But we got very little on the Sundays and absolutely nothing by Monday. Well, it's quite appalling.
Election day dawns. The SNP are riding high in the polls, and after a year of jack-bashing, the Order faces an irony. Voting Labour is the best way to defend the Union. The alternative doesn't bear thinking about.
We cannot sleepwalk into independence. This man and his party is a menace to the well-being of the British Isles as a whole, not just to Scotland and England. Alec, get real. You are trying to destroy 300 years of progress.
After a week of spoilt ballots and messy recounts, a coalition with the Greens makes Alex Salmond First Minister of Scotland. Before the election, that might have seemed like the worst possible result. Afterwards, the Grand Master finds it less appalling than he might have expected.
It doesn't have sufficient clout, in my view, to do much mischief making. So I'm reasonably happy, to be honest.
Orange life goes on. Politics put behind them, representatives of the entire Scottish Order gather in Glasgow for Grand Lodge, a regular quarterly event. Amidst the pomp and circumstance, the Grand Master has progress to report in his ongoing attempt to smarten up the Order's image. His suggestion that members might be able to attend a Catholic funeral mass is gathering momentum.
This is from a district lodge. Now, a district represents a number of private lodges. Our members think it is now archaic and out of touch in this 21st century. Our members have expressed they do not wish to embrace the Roman Catholic faith, but if they sit quietly at the back of the church without taking part, they would only be there to show their respects to a friend or member of a family. So that's kind of the way that the debate is developing. And I think eventually we'll be looking at a full-blown debate. So that'll be interesting to see how it goes. It would please me if I was seen as having given responsible leadership. It would please me if I was seen as being a moderniser, somebody who opened the doors to the BBC, for instance, who moved away from this feeling of distrust about the media and the press. But you certainly won't be able to film the actual meeting itself. That's obviously private to the membership. Maybe that day will come in due course, but not quite yet.
Thank you, gentlemen. The meeting is about to start.